Hello, my name is Carl Surrey and this is a video tutorial for the Facebook group called Fans of Serif Software. Now this is part 3 of a look at making a basic website using WebPlus, and this website will be for the fans of Serif Software. Now in the first two videos I looked at just sort of setting up what you see here at the moment, which is the heading and the navigation bar, and then some of the pages have also got the logos on them for the different products that Serif make, just so it displayed something different when I was previewing the site. In the last one I was showing you how to move the pages around to alter how the navigation bar looks, and I will be doing that again with this one to a certain degree, because in this video I just want to tidy up the look and hopefully finalize the look, or the overall look of the website, before adding any text or pictures or whatever I decide to do next with the site. Now, like the first two videos, I would like to point out that I myself am learning how to do this while making these videos. So I will no doubt make mistakes along the way, and I hope you will bear with me because of that reason. I have sort of practiced a little bit beforehand from things that I've read or seen online, and one of those things I saw online was a video for making a basic website for WebPlus X7. It was a very good video, and I did put a link for it on the Facebook page for the group, and it is part of a website by a company called, let me bring this up, iPlus 360, which seems to have an awful lot of serif stuff, much of it for sale, so I can buy template pack for $19.99, but they do have free stuff as well, and they do seem to have an awful lot of serif material. In fact, there might be, for as far as I can tell, there seem to be nearly all serif material. And if we click on the free downloads, all this is free. So you've got icons, assets, and some Draw Plus images, and all sorts of stuff. And if you come down here, there's like 5 or more pages. I mean, in fact, there's 91 items that they got that are free, so it's well worth checking out what they have got. You may have to, beyond this point I've not actually gone, so you may have to join, like sign in, especially if you want to buy stuff, I would imagine, but you can check this out in your own time, and there's all the videos that they have there that you can check out as well. So I would advise you to have a quick look at that. So let me go back to WebPlus. So like I said, what I want to do now is tidy up and finalize the look that for this site. So the first thing I want to do is go to the Master A page, and I basically want to get rid of that. What I'll do is I'll move this outside of the viewing area. I may use it at some point, but at the moment I want to get rid of it, and I will move the serif logo, which is at the moment hyperlinked to the serif website. I'll just put that there as well. Now this blue bar here, I want to lower in size. I may alter that again in a minute, but what I will also do is hold down the control key and click and move this down, and then it will make a quick copy of that area, and I will just make that quite small. Like that. Now what I want to do is to load in a new logo which I designed in WebPlus. I find it easier to design things like that in WebPlus, and it is probably better if done in WebPlus, but I do not own WebPlus, and because I did own it at one point, but I just no good at drawing anything, so I do things like that in WebPlus. So let me just insert this picture and then move that up near the top, and then align it in the center. So now I can raise this up, so I've got a similar sort of height of blue around the top and the bottom, and I will just alter its transparency down a little bit to about there, I think, and then do a similar thing to the transparency of the bottom. Now I just need to move the navigation bar up to the top. So having a quick preview of that in Microsoft Edge. And there you have the newer version that I've got to so far. So I'll close that down. I'll close down this iPlus 360 as well. Right. So the next thing I want to do is to add to the bottom of this, the bottom bar that I put down here, a text box. Just quickly draw that out. And the text color, I want it will be white. So I'll select white from here, and then I'll just put cool. Right, so for the Facebook group called Fans of Serif Software, and I will center that and maybe increase the text size, maybe. That didn't alter. Why didn't it alter? Hang on. Oh, I need to highlight it. It would help. Like I said, I will be making mistakes as I go along. That's better, I think. What I did there was I made the background white when I should have made the text white. What is that? That's the fill, so I need that to be transparent, and then click on the text and make that white. That's better. So the next thing I want to do is to edit the navigation bar. Like I said before, in the previous video I moved these around to make it how it looks now, but I really do not like the way that this is working, and it was never really in my intention to keep it like this. It was just I just made it like this to demonstrate how moving these around you can make different menus. So what I will do is I will click on this first, which is currently Photo Plus and Panorama Plus, and I'll click on Page Properties, and then I will alter the name to Software. I will also alter the file names as I'm going along here, because when it comes up on the website it will use whatever is in here. So you don't necessarily want it to be www.blah blah blah page 9, you want it to be blah 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 whatever is the name of the page. So I will change that also to Software. Click OK. I must have a valid extension, so oh yeah, and it must also be in all be in lowercase, so let's change that to software.html and then click OK. And this one, which is currently Page Plus Draw Plus, I will change the name of that to Tutorials. Again, change the page name to Tutorials. Okay. And what I will do now is I will expand these other pages here, and I am going to drag these, what are now currently children of other pages. I'm going to click and drag these up to be all under the software page, and I'm going to hopefully order them better in a way that I personally think they are relevant to me anyway, because I use Photo Plus more, then I use Page Plus more after that, and down to Draw Plus, which I think is probably more important than say Craft Artist, because it is a much more, I think, more powerful is probably the wrong word, but a much more powerful bit of software than Craft Artist, but I think more people use it. So I will keep Craft Artist at the bottom of the list of software, and also because it has not got the word plus at the end of it. So I just need to move Movie Plus up, which is the last one, I think. Where is it? There. And then move Craft Artist to there. So now, as there's nothing in the Movie Plus and WebPlus page, I can delete that one. It must be delete here somewhere. Delete page, here we go. Remove. So that makes a much more simpler navigation bar with just the 4 pages. And then on the tutorial page, I want to add 2 new pages. So that is the current one highlighted. I will add a new page, and I will call this one Written. Alter the name here to Written. Make this a child of Tutorials. Click OK. go back to tutorials, add a new page, and this one will be videos. Let's make that, change this to videos, and again make that a child of tutorials. So if I do a quick preview, in fact what I'll do is I'll do a quick save as, just in case, save yes, and then do a quick preview, and then so you've got the home, and then you've got the software, all the different ones that you can pick from there, and then the tutorials, and like that. So that's a quick preview of what this currently looks like. So I'll get rid of that. So next thing I want to do is to edit this navigation a bit more, navigation bar. So if I double click on this, come on, open up. It should open up. Why won't it? Oh, it's because I'm not on the master A page. I keep forgetting to go back to the master page when I want to edit some things on it. So I'll double click and it will open up this edit navigation bar. Now the tab I want is the appearance, and what I want to do is to make all buttons the same, so they will all look like that one there. And I'm going to click on the separators section, and then where it's got none, I'm going to click inside that, and then you've got all these different types of separators you can pick, and I'm going to select that one and then click OK. And then down here you have a representation of what the navigation bar will look like, so as you tinker with it. So I've got the separators in between here. So what I want to do now is to change the actual colors of the buttons, and so I'll come up to the button option in the assets, and I will click on the edit the button design in the button studio, and so there we have the button itself. Then we've got the down the bottom here, you've got the different buttons that you can alter, like background, the normal, down, hover. So that basically you edit what happens when the cursor just hovers over a button or clicks on a button to go down. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I need to change the background color, which I've tried before and I can't remember how I've done it now. Let me just see if I just click on a from the swatches tab, that's fill. No, it's not that one, it's this one. That's the line color. I don't want to alter the line color. Where is it? Sure it's not background. Oh, I do wish I'd make these things a bit more obvious. No. Let me just go away and come back once I've worked out how to do this. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, sorry for that little problem there. It's so easy to forget how to do certain things. But what I should have done was clicked on the background button twice to put the eye over that button, and then clicked inside here to bring up this highlight box here, and then pick a color that I want it to be, which is going to be this darker blue. Then come down to the bottom here, click on normal, and I want to change how the text looks, which at the moment is sort of a grey colour. So you just click on the text and it will bring up this box to highlight, and then I'm going to make that white, and then I'm going to do a similar thing to the down button. Just click on the text, make that white, and then the hover button, I'm going to click on the text, but this time I'm going to make it red. And then up here you've got commit changes, which I'm going to do. So now I've got dark blue buttons with white writing on all of them, but as it hovers over them, the text will turn red. So you know that that is the one that you are going to be on. So I'm going to click OK, and then again quickly save this, and then quickly preview it. And then we've got home software, and as you can see the text will turn red as I hover over them, and you've got the different pages dropping down below the main buttons here. I think you can change the colours and the way that these lower child pages work, but I'm going to leave them as they are. So one thing I will point out to you that is also, although you have like these buttons here, and most people when they get to say software, they will see that other pages have opened, like for example WebPlus, and they will go to, if that's what they want, they will click on that and go to WebPlus. But you do have to remember that these pages do also exist as well. So if I clicked on software, it will go to a page for software. So you will need to put something on these pages as well as the child pages that are underneath, just in case someone happens to click on software or tutorials. It doesn't have to be anything major, but just be aware that if you don't put something on these pages that have drop down menus, you will just have blank pages on your website, which is not very professional looking. So I would advise that if you do like I've done and make a parent page with children pages underneath, make sure that there is something on the parent page. So I will close that down. So I'll go back to the home page, and for now I'll bring this back down onto the home page, just so that there is something there to look at the moment, and then bring this into there. I will do something better with this home page at a later date, but at the moment I'm just trying to get the overall look of this site set before I start adding anything into the website. What I will do though is, first of all, let me just click that and center it, but I will highlight all of those things together, and as you can see you now have a little icon down the bottom here which is to group objects. So if I click group, these two items will now be locked together. So if I move them around, they will always be locked together. So I'll just align that, and what I can also do is I'll just copy that and then go to these pages which I explained to you earlier would be blank because this is the parent page, and I will just paste that in there to there, and then the tutorial page. Like I said, I will get around to editing this better for what's on here. Right, so I now have a fairly basic navigation bar for the home, software and tutorials, which just leaves me with the Contact Us page, which uses the master B, which I now want to alter as well. So I'll click on the master B, and first thing I want to do is get rid of this background. I only stuck this in as a temporary measure, so I'll just press delete to get rid of that. I will get rid of this heading and open up the new one that I made. Just put this near the top, click a line to center it, and as you can see, the tutorial bar that was on the other master page has already transferred over, so all I need to do is reposition that. Now, although it has transferred over to how I altered it in the orders, it hasn't transferred over the colours. So at the moment I will leave it as it is, because I don't have a big blue heading background up here, so the blue of the master A page may not look as good. But what I will do is I'm going to add a background image, which is this dots. Here, let me just drag this down. And I'm going to right click this and then go to arrange and then send to the back. And as you can see, this is now behind these other items, and I'm going to lower its transparency down quite a bit, like there, and then I'm just going to alter the size slightly so that I've got a line of the dots just touching the page here. Similarly, that side there, hope you can see that, and then similarly for the top and the bottom. Just so hopefully that there is an even, fairly even dispersal of dots around the page. Yes, that's not too bad, I don't think. So when I come to the Contact Us page, if I can view that, preview in Edge, is what that will look like. It just gives a much more subtler background to that. So that will be that done. I'll get rid of that now, and I will save once more. So I think that is pretty much where I'm going to get to in this particular tutorial. So now that is, yes, tutorials, that's written tutorials. Yeah, so obviously I've got nothing on these ones yet because I haven't put anything about the written tutorials or the video tutorials. Well, that's for a later date. But I am quite happy with how that is looking at the moment. I'm much happier with the the new heading, partly because it's not as big, so it gives me more room in the middle here, because it was a bit huge before and it did cut down on the amount of space I had here. I would advise you to check out some of those videos which I mentioned earlier from the iPlus360 website, and if you want to see how far this has gone, just check out the www.foss.one, and all I need to do now is to actually publish this site to the web. Click OK, it will start processing, and then I just want to do incremental update, and it will just quickly go through and change the website, which is nearly done, and then finish successfully. Just close that. So that where I'm up to now has now been uploaded to the foss.one website. I hope this has taught you something as much as it has taught me something. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.